Testing 1, 2, check 1, 2. See how the stream is going. Testing 1, 2, check 1, 2. Alright, sounds good, folks. Let me check the sound real quick on my guitar. Testing 1, 2, check 1, 2. Alright, sounds good, folks. Let me check the sound real quick on my guitar. Alright, sounds good, guys. Glad to be here tonight. Thanks for everybody joining so far. Mark Witcher, I can't be the only one. Yeah, thanks so much, Mark, for joining me tonight. I'm going to be talking about some pretty exciting picks that I was sent by Black Diamond Strings. I didn't even know they had picks until I started looking on some of their website. I need to check to make sure I've got some of these what am I looking for? Well, I don't see it here. Anyway, I can show it to you later, I guess. Good to see everybody out, everybody that's here. We're going to be talking about some picks. Like I said, went to the website, Black Diamond Strings Innovative Picks is what we're going to be talking about today. And kind of demoing them and talking about those. And I have them right here. They have been opened, but and I've tested every single one of these to kind of give myself an idea of which ones I like. I have my favorites. We'll go over those. And I wanted to do these as kind of like an official video, with a special editing and effects and all that, and I realized it's going to be like 6 or 7 different videos, and I didn't want to spend that time, so I'd rather just do it here as a live stream, and we can kind of focus on it. And if you have questions, you can ask me about those questions and tell me exactly, what you think about it. But these are Black Diamond Innovative Picks. I did a unboxing a while back on some Black Diamond Strings and all the different merch they sent me, and if I'd have thought, I would have been wearing my Black Diamond hoodie, but it's not that cold down here, though. I don't want to be sweating and everything. But they sent me some strings and some picks and a hoodie and all this other stuff to try out, and I am an official brand ambassador. If you go to, actually, I can just go do this now. Let me just go ahead and make sure the link is the proper link. There we go. That should work. If you will go to this website, blackdiamondstrings.com/guitar picks, you will be able to see what these are. I'll show this website to you here in just a little bit, but this is where you can find these. Use special coupon code 20OFF. 20 off. That's the number 20 and then the word off. And it will give you 20% off. Now, I'm not sure if that's just for strings or if that's for everything in the store, but it wouldn't hurt to use it either way. And they're fairly affordable. This is kind of like a sample pack. I recommend getting that if you don't know what you're getting into, and it's like maybe $15, if that, and it's totally worth it because you got a ton of picks to choose from. You'll find something that you like, and then from there you can start reordering the ones you like if you want to do that. But we have different series that comes with this. Let me just go ahead and read this to you. The reason I was talking about the unboxing is because I kind of showed what this said. But it says, let's go play. Our mission is to enhance the guitar playing experience. Our patented designs are raising the bar for what you should expect from your guitar gear. We meticulously design, manufacture, and guarantee every single product we make because we want it to be a part of your lifetime journey as a musician. Guaranteed quality, blackdiamondstrings.com. This is a multi-pack. It's 15 picks. Maybe it's not $15. It was just 15 picks. I can't remember. But anyway, these have different various gauges, and they have partnered with a company called Bog Street. Now, I'll talk about them here just a little bit too, and who they are and kind of what they do. But to better kind of show you these, let me just give you an idea. You won't be able to see these very well on screen, I don't think, but that's okay. I'll be going to the website here pretty soon. Here's a red one. Some of these have 2 corners of one thickness, and then one corner that's more rounded of a different thickness. The idea behind these is that while you're playing, you can quickly switch these around and go to your picking or your strumming, and there are different thicknesses set for that. And they're very cool. The different colors kind of give you what the different thicknesses are. They also have kind of like the more jazz style, which are a little bit thicker, and they're 3 pointed sides, the same thickness, so the same pick on all 3 sides, a little smaller. And they have a mini jazz, which is way too small for me, but it has this kind of cool grip feature on it. You probably can't see that. See that little grip feature there? That's on both sides. This is a really small one. This is too small for me, but it's designed to fit your hand a little bit better. Let me get back with you on that, Chandler, just a second. But yeah, and then there's also these little things we're going to go over. And these are the same grip. These are like the first ones I came up with. And these are more for triple-sided, like, I don't know, I guess you could use them. Yeah, one side is definitely for more picking, and the other 2 sides are more like flimsier for strumming kind of things. And you can still twist these around. That's the whole idea behind this. So we're going to go over that here in just a little bit. Chandler says, what is your opinion of the Martin D28 versus the D35? My opinion is price. The higher the number, the higher the price. D28 is a good guitar. The HD28 is, I think, a step up from that. I don't know if there's anything different wise on the herringbone besides the herringbone, if it's a better guitar. But the D28 is just like, especially the HD28, is just a standard among any guitars. I'm not too familiar with the D35. I know it's a little bit fancier, seems like. Now, I may be thinking of the I think it's 45 that has all the fancy inlay and all that. But either way, you can't go wrong. And if you're looking to save a little money, I would go with the D28. Now, I've got a Breedlove, and I highly recommend Breedlove guitars. I've got a Breedlove Revival series. It's DR Deluxe. If you can find one of them used, they're totally worth it, and if it's a good shape. That's my main guitar you see on many of my videos, guitar videos. Acoustic guitar for the last several years is my Breedlove guitar, and I highly recommend them because that guitar sounds amazing. It's set up like the pre-war style Martins, and that's why they call it the Revival series, because it's kind of reviving that era of guitar and that kind of the way it goes, or the way it was built and everything. Within legal specifications, obviously, that doesn't have like Brazilian rosewood and all that. But hey, how's it going, Mika S? Thank you for joining me. We're doing good. We're just about to get into these picks I'm talking about here. Now, I've been testing these out for several months, and I've got my picks of the bunch that I like, and we'll go over that in just a little bit. But first, let's go ahead and switch to, that's the website, by the way. You can get to those, and if you use code 20OFF, the number 20, and the word off, you can get 20% off your order. I'll go ahead and hide that now. Chandler's Breedlove more expensive than the 28. Yeah, well, they don't make it brand new anymore, and it is brand new, like $4,000. But used, you can get it for about $2,500. So you can do that, price comparison and kind of see which is your best option there. And obviously, I recommend trying both of these out. Depending on where you live, you probably have to go to more of a high-end guitar dealer and try some of these out. But I'm going to have to fix that chat. It's a little dark. I'm going to fix that text, see how that works, go back in Streamlabs. But anyway, I'll keep an eye on the chat as we go along, but let's go ahead and switch views here. And I'll be going to the Black Diamond Strings, right here. Black Diamond Strings picks site. You should be able to see that. All right, tell me, while you got some people here, do you like this view better or this view better? Which one do you like better? This is 2. This is 1. Go ahead and put it in the chat. Do you like 1 or 2? Let me know. No problem, Chandler. Thanks for watching, dude. Appreciate it. All right, so I'm just going to go back to one real quick because the screen is a little bigger. Just leave me in the chat and I'll take a look at it. But anyway, this is the Black Diamond picks by Bog Street Innovative Picks. And they have partnered with Bog Street. Like I said, I'll tell you about more about those here in just a little while. And I think there may be a video down here of these. But as you can see, they've got different measurements and they've got different sizes. The ones that I was telling you about, the first ones, are pretty big. Yeah, I've got two different styles. The bigger one is for more of a rhythm, and the smaller one is for more lead. And you can tell this is even a completely different thickness, and it's even smaller than these are. These stretch further out, and this is because this is more of a jazz style to give you that close-up thing. They also just recently came out with the scales. It's a different grip pattern, and it looks to me, depending, I don't know, it looks to me I might want to try those out. Might have to order some of those myself because these are potentially the same thickness and the same pointiness all the way around. There's a scale sharp and there's a scale standard. There's a battle axe. This is the one I currently use, and it's actually smaller. I like the big one here a little bit better. Now this is more of a grip surface like this. So you can see the grip surface here. As I was showing you earlier, this is a completely different shape. It kind of protrudes out, and unlike these, it doesn't set into the pick like this. It's more kind of like embossed. And I may have to see about getting some of these because those look very appealing. I have to try those out. But we got several different series here, and if we go down, it says why redesign the guitar pick. Okay, so for one thing, let's just zoom in here if you can see this. I don't know if you can see this or not, but I'll try to zoom in. Actually, do I have? It's very odd. I don't see this screen thing down here where you can zoom. Anyway, this will seem to be working, so you should be able to see that very well. Ergonomic contour. You have an index to thumb contact for the hands feel and comfort, so your skin is actually touching on the pick itself, and that's even better grip. You've got a raised grip texture here, raised grip pattern. Meticulously engineered continuous edges for smooth string release. These are like beveled, and there's a three-sided pick design. Okay, this one is showing the axe cut design. Why redesign the guitar pick? Trying to pick or strum a small, smooth piece of plastic in the human hand is not natural ergonomic action. Even advanced players drop picks or find them slipping in hand during play. Black Diamond innovative guitar picks by Bog Street are ergonomically designed with improved grip and control in mind. Now, I think, let's see, what I will do is go ahead and zoom back out to where I was. I always forget what that key is. There's my zoom. I think I go for 120. That's where it is right there. So let's look and see what this is about. You should be able to see this just fine. Let's watch this video, and I will try to make a note to leave this link in the description when you watch this later. Any other chat thing? Weasel Toe. D35 has a three-piece back. 28 is better known for bluegrass with its punchy bass, in my opinion. I have had the HD35 and it suits my playing style. Thanks for that answer to Chandler there, Weasel Toe. I like that name, by the way. All right, so I guess we're going to stick with this view because nobody's really answered on that. Let's listen to the video here and see what he says.
For the most part throughout its history, the humble guitar pick has been kind of thought of as a cheap throwaway. But the guitar pick star is rising, and more companies are taking guitar picks to new heights. Changing your guitar pick is one of the easiest.
I'm going to speed this up. That way we won't have to spend the whole 3 minutes on this. Let's put it about 1.5. You can watch this later, by the way, if you need to slow it down.
Easiest ways to change your tone and add something different to your playing experience. Why are some picks so expensive and others really cheap? The first step is to get the basic shape of the pick. Probably the least expensive manufacturing process is the punch. This is where a die simply punches out the pick shape from a flat sheet of material. You can even do this yourself at home with a punch and that credit card you shouldn't be using anyways. We injection mold our picks one at a time from the center, so we have a perfect 360-degree edge. Then we cut each pick away from the center. That's very satisfying to watch.
The Axe Blade picks are great for players who like a smaller, more agile pick, but want more versatility and comfort than normal picks offer. It features 2 dynamic 3mm chiseled tips and a 1mm standard tip, the best of both worlds. It's great for technical playing, rhythm work, or playing acoustic. It features Bog Street's ergonomic grip that includes a center cutout, a contoured grip, and a raised grip texture. I would highly recommend the Battle Axe Heavy to any electric guitar players who want a thicker pick that's dynamic but also extremely comfortable. It's close in size to the Jazz 3 XL picks, and its 3 3mm sharp chisel tips make it a great pick for technical lead or rhythm playing. Not to mention that its smooth, chiseled edges offer an almost effortless string release during fast lines. It features Bog Street's ergonomic grip, complete with a center cutout, a grip contour, and a raised grip texture. The Leap series is made up of 2 different picks, the lead model and the rhythm model. Named in relation to the style of playing they were designed for, they each feature 3 different playing tips that are different thicknesses. The lead pick features 2 standard tips at 0.73 and 0.96 millimeters respectively, as well as a 1.5 millimeter chiseled jazz style tip. The rhythm pick, on the other hand, features 3 standard tips that are 0.45, 0.7, and 0.8 millimeters respectively. On one side, you have a grip contour that's designed to help support your grip and provide comfort to your thumb. On the other side, the pick is flat. This allows for more freedom of movement for the index finger. I would recommend these picks to anyone living with a hand impairment or to anyone who has trouble holding onto their picks. The Mini Beast is Bog Street's answer to the legendary Jazz 3 pick. It's almost the same size as the Jazz 3, and it's 1.5 millimeters thick, but that's where the similarities end and the improvements begin. The Mini Beast features Bog Street's signature 3-sided design, giving you the equivalence of 3 picks in one. Once you wear down one tip, you've got 2 more to choose from. The Mini Beast also features an aggressive grip that's meant to keep it locked in place during intense licks and riffs. The Mini Beast is one of Bog Street's most popular picks for electric guitarists, and is made for those who desire high levels of speed, articulation, and control.
Okay, so that's just a quick overview of that. There's more. If you go to the Bog Street website, which I'll show here in just a little bit, he's got a lot more things on there about all these different series. Let's see. If you're dissatisfied with any reason with your purchase, you can return it for a full refund, and we'll pay for return shipping. Or if you experience any issues with the order product, please let us know. We can make it right. Black Diamond is very good with our customer service, and they've got a lot of good things to say, a lot of good things and products and everything about that. Now, if we look at, let's see, it looks like we have, this may just be an image. Yes, I think, oh, no, it is a white paper. Ooh, that's a little Easter egg I didn't know they had. Let's see what this says. Okay. Check this out. By the way, I'm drinking a Sonic strawberry shake. My favorite shake is strawberry. So here's what we have. We have Axe Blade, Axe Cut, Battle Axe, the one he just mentioned, the Leap Lead series, the Leap Rhythm series, the Mini Beast series, and then we have an acoustic mix, okay, thin to medium, an Axe series, all the Axe series picks, one of each 12 picks, and a mix pack. This is one of each model, 15 picks. This is the one I've got right here, and that's the one I recommend if you don't know what you're getting. That way you can kind of decide what you want for sure. Obviously, you can get the other ones as well. Now, the way, like I said, this works, let me just take one of these, and I'll show you what we got here. This, I'd say my favorite color is probably this one. I love this teal look to it, okay? Now, let's see if I can find it here. Okay, here it is. That's that one. Let me see here. Is that Axe? That's the Axe Cut, I think. Let's see here. Yeah, I believe that's the Axe Cut. Let me go back to the... Oh, I can't go back to that just yet. Okay, here, that's what I was looking for, is the colors right here. Teal. Okay, so this is Axe Blade. This is a 1.5 millimeter on both points. Okay, and then on the light side it's 0.5. That's a little too light for me. I mean, that's like one of the Dunlop, I think, red picks. The Dunlop orange is 0.6. That's what I used to use when I first started playing guitar. I've since upped my game with thicker picks. That makes a bigger difference, especially when picking. So each one of these has different thicknesses for the sharper sides, and then you got one for strumming. So it's kind of like a lead, and then 2 leads, and then 1 rhythm if you want to see it that way. Now these are good for if you need to cut through a mix, and you have your guitarist and all these other instruments, and you need to start strumming. Well, you got that thinner side to give out some of the brightness of the picks, okay? Some of the brightness, and then you can switch real quick to your lead guitar playing, and then go back when you need to with the light picking, and it's super easy to do. I mean, it takes half a second, if that, to switch these. It's very easy. So that's how those work. Okay, now let's look at the different sizes, because that's really the easiest way kind of to tell what is what. The lead is smaller than the rhythm. I'm going to, the one of each, by the way, the 15 picks, it did not include the scales because they hadn't released it just yet, and I'm hoping they've got this released. I know they was working on it for a while, but I know it includes the other ones. The axe cut is bigger than the axe blade, and what it just said on that piece of paper was, let me look here, axe blade. Okay, so that was correct. So the axe blade are smaller. This is an axe blade, the one I just had, and then we can have an axe cut. Now they were talking about 3 millimeters and 1 millimeter and all that. That was depending on the pick you get. This one, this light blue one, is smaller. If I show you here, you can tell these are two small picks. I mean, two picks of a different size. Okay. And another thing that's kind of tough to tell is the axe blade, the smaller one, the thicker edges have pointier, sharper ends. This one looks pretty sharp, but it's not as sharp, really. It's now it'll hold its sharpness for a while, the thicker it is, but it's a little bit more rounded, just a tad. It's hard to tell on camera. When you got them in your hands, you can definitely tell. And if I hold this one up, you can definitely tell. I've been using this one. This is definitely a lot more rounded on the corners than that is, right? Okay, hopefully you can see that. Let me see if you are seeing that. Yeah, this one's more rounded than this one is. And then they both swap to have, the thinner sides. So we have the axe blade, which is smaller and sharper. It's more like a jazz kind of maybe size. A little bit bigger than a jazz. We have the axe cut, which is the bigger one. It feels really good in your hands. It's a good size in your hands if you're used to having a bigger pick, and I prefer a bigger pick. So yeah, it's bigger. It's easier to hold. And then you have the battle axe, which is the 3-sided one of the same thickness all the way around. Okay, forgot I'm over here now. This one is the same thickness all the way around. This one's too thick for me. This one is the I think the 2 or 3 millimeter size. I don't typically like the one that's that thick. But the cool thing about these are with that little recess, if you're looking right here, that little recess, it kind of curves inward and goes into that hole. And when you're holding this, yes, there's a thickness to it, but it doesn't feel as thick because you're actually, that causes your fingers to get closer together. And the closer they are, the less thickness it feels. I mean, you feel the solidness of the pick when you're playing it, but it doesn't feel very thick in your hand. So it doesn't feel like you've got this huge, massive piece of pick in your hand. It feels very comfortable. Your fingers, because of the roundness of your fingers, they settle into that groove and that hole very well. And it doesn't shift unless you want it to shift. You can relax your grip and you can turn it over if you want to. But it has a really good grip without feeling sticky or anything like that. And these etchings here you see on the screen here, these etchings here are so small and minute. They don't get in your way, but you can tell there's a surface there, and it's not an unpleasant surface to play with, okay? Then you've got, like I said, so here's the easiest way to remember the axe versions. The axe blade is smaller and the points are sharper on the thicker edges. The axe cut is a bigger pick and a little bit more rounded on the sides for the thicker edges. And the battle axe is the same thickness all the way across. All the way around is the battle axe. Now that's the one I'm currently using is a battle axe. I've got it in my guitar right now because I found after using the axe cut that it seemed like I wasn't getting the attack that I needed to from these corners that were just slightly more rounded. I've got to have a sharper pick for that. And so what I used was the battle axe because it was sharp all the way around. And the axe cut, though, the axe blade, the smaller one. Let's see what that is compared size-wise to the battle axe here. Okay, these look about the same size. dimension-wise. They're the same size. So, yeah, I could easily go with either a battle axe or an axe blade, because both of these have sharp points. The only thing is, the axe blade has that little thinner side, okay? So if I'm playing acoustic guitar, I would probably opt for the axe blade or the axe cut. Now, for electric guitar stuff, I've got to have a sharper pick. For acoustic guitar stuff, I don't really have to have it that sharp, but it's got to be, that right there is plenty. I mean, that's not a big deal for me. That's a good roundness. I don't have to worry about that. That one's a good roundness. I mean, that's really good. That's plenty for me for acoustic if I want that strumming, that bright, brilliant strumming sound. And for electric guitars, I would probably just stick with the battle axe, because it's big enough that it doesn't feel so small. Like the Mini Beast is completely tiny. I mean, it is very tiny. If I show you this, look at the size difference on those. That's really small. It has an extra grip there, but I've tried this and my fingers always go past the pick, and I can't stand that. So I have to rule out the Mini Beast for my playing. If you like a Jazz 3, then you're going to love the Mini Beast or the Battle Axe, because they're about the same size. Like I said, I'm very curious to try the scale sharp. It may be too big for me, but both of those are going to probably sound amazing and feel amazing. And as far as the Leap series, I haven't really experimented with these that much. We're gonna play some of these here in just a little bit. Let's see, that one's okay. So the bigger one is, I mean, this is very, very thin. Bigger one is the rhythm, and the smaller one is more for lead. It's still flimsy on some sides, but yeah, it's very interesting though to be able to play that. And if you like a bigger feel, then yeah, it's definitely gives you some bulk to hold on to. Okay, so any questions? Let's look at the chat here, and we'll scroll down just a little bit more. How long have you been using the Black Diamond picks? I'd say probably, let's see, when was that last video that I did? Let me go back over here and look at my video. First of all, let me check my sound while I'm here. Okay, good. I've been using them since that video that I unboxed all the gear and everything, but so I've got to find it now. Videos. So it's the Black Diamond Strings Ambassador. Is that when I got the stuff? Yeah. So this is since about 3 months I've been using it. Yes, that's when I just unboxed those. So here's the video right here. Huge announcement. I'm a Black Diamond Strings brand ambassador. You can see it right here. Okay. So if you look for that video, you'll be able to see when I unbox this and some of the other stuff I got with Black Diamond Strings. But going back to this page, let's scroll down a little bit. I forgot to check the chat real quick. The Mini Beast might work yeah, that's true. For mandolin players, it might actually, I know mandolin players love small picks. I don't see why, but I know they love them. Battle Axe looks good. Mick S, yeah, it definitely plays very well. It's not too small for me, but I don't like a very thick pick. I've got to where I like about a 1.5. That's what I'm used to. That's what I use for my acoustic guitar. Most of the time I've used DeAndrea. No. Dunlop Primetone is my main acoustic guitar pick. And from what I've played, I probably won't be switching to these picks for my acoustic because it's got a certain sound, the way it sounds, and I can't really replicate that with these. But definitely for my electric guitar picks, these are the ones I'll be using now. And so, like I said, I've been using it for 3 months now, and so much to experiment with. And I don't see myself switching back to anything else anytime soon, if ever. Okay, so let's continue scrolling down here. This is just to show you what we have. And that's cool. I didn't see that a while ago. They have a shred mix. Okay, so you can get different. If you're a certain style of player, you can get different ones. So you have the All Access pack. You have the original sampler pack. Okay, the original sampler. I was thinking it was $15, but it's 15 picks. It's a little steep, but you're getting, like I said, 15 picks, so that's very good. If you think about only getting 6, that's 20. So you're getting 15. You're getting an extra 9 picks for $15. So it's like $5 off for twice as many picks, if you look at it that way, which is a pretty good deal in that sense. You have a Neos. Now, Neos is the name of the material that they use. They recently switched to this material, and it's very durable. Like I said, it doesn't wear down hardly at all. These points have just a little bit, but they're still plenty pointy enough if I need to use those. That's the one that I started with. Oh, and there's one more thing I forgot to tell you. This is the same exact pick, okay? This is the same pick. They're different colors. And the reason why is because one of these is smooth, okay? Let me go back to make sure you can see this. It's very smooth, okay? It's hard to get a look on that. This one, though, is the same thickness on all sides, and you can't really see that, sorry. It's what you call textured. And I'm not talking about the grip. I'm talking about the actual material has a little bit of a texture to it. And it's easier to hold on to than this. This is kind of a slick. It's really slick on the outsides. But on this side, it's definitely a textured material. And I think it may talk about that in some of these areas here just a minute as we continue looking here. Okay, so like I said, it's not showing the scales pick right now, okay, because they may still have them in development. You'd have to go probably to Bog Street for sure, or you can ask Black Diamond if they have those yet. But yeah, you get different varieties. You got a shred mix, you got acoustic mix here, all access. So these are all the axe style picks, and then the sample pack, Leap Series, Mini Beast, axe blade, axe cut, battle axe. Now, the axe cut is the bigger one. The axe blade is the smaller one, okay? So just keep that in mind. Now, as I said before I go to Bog Street, let's do a sound test of some of these things, okay? So let me go back here and start get my guitar over here. And open up my HX Edit here. I'm using Helix LT line 6, and here's the pick I've been using recently with this guitar, and it's pink of all colors. I'm not a favorite. Pink is not my favorite color, but this is the one I've been using, and this is an axe blade. It's a smaller one, and it's the same thickness all the way across, and it's probably about a 1 or 1.5 millimeter. I'm guessing 1.5 millimeter. And let's see if we can kind of get an idea, a sense of what this does in the sound here. Now I'm using some overdriven tones here, but what I can do is I can kind of switch these around here a little bit, and I do not have my acoustic out, so I can't really test on that, but I do plan on doing maybe another video just the acoustic, doing some of these tests. Let's see here. Let's find something a little bit different here. I'll just go to my settings. There's one there. It's going to be a lot of delay and stuff. Let me turn off some of the delay and the reverb and all that. Okay, a little more reverb maybe. Got a reverb. Okay, that's the one that's... Okay, anyway. Here's what we got. We've got the axe blade. It's kind of hard to really tell how this sounds as well. Is that loud enough? Let me see if I may have to adjust the input here. Okay, I'm just going to turn this up in my headphones so I can hear a little better. find something else. We've got to have some kind of ambience here. This is just not going to work for me. Here we go. Here's a subtle blues effect. That's better. All right, let's get this. Okay, so we have the axe blade. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put this in kind of like a strat style. With the axe blade, you've got enough control for that snappiness, if you like blues used to. Very good amount of control, and you can still alternate pick just fine. So it's very smooth, and the material, like I said, it's made of is very it's slick. It glides across the string very well. Now this particular, like I said, this particular axe blade is textured. I can tell it's not slick like some of these other ones. So this is maybe the same as another one I have here. Is it this one? Yeah, I think it's the same as this purple one. But this purple one is slick on the edges. So the texture, to me, it'll give you a different tone. So this is the same pick, like I said. Let's see if I can get something different here. That's completely different. That's probably because the edge is very sharp. I've kind of worn the other edges a little bit. Pink one. Now, some of that is the angle. Here's a sharper point. It's a little cleaner because it's smooth. There's not a textured point to that. If there's a textured element to it, then you're going to have a little bit more scratchiness, a little bit more growl maybe. Now let's get to the actual acoustic sound of these picks. That's the texture. Here's the smoother one. A little out of tune, but that's all right. Okay, so that is the axe blade. You're going to have more precision. You're going to have a sharper point that's going to hold up a lot better. And it seems like, now I haven't tried this enough, I don't think. It seems like the textured points may not hold up as well as the smooth ones. I don't know why, but it seems like it's fraying just a little bit more. Like you might be able to see it. Yeah, you probably can't. There's just a little bit of flash, and the flash is basically excess material, and that's where it's kind of wearing away a little bit. But that doesn't hinder my playing or anything like that, but it just happens naturally. The wear happens naturally over time. But it seems like it may not wear as bad on these clear edges. Now, let me see if I can find, excuse me again, where it may say textured. Let me go back to that paper, and it may say textured on some of these. Okay, yeah. If you look at this, for example, the axe blade, the ones that I'm using are the axe cut. Let's just go to the axe, or the axe blade. That's right. No, I'm sorry, battle axe. That's what I'm using right now. Battle axe is, we have the purple. Oh, wait a second. Oh, that's right. I think. You got gray, you got purple, dark blue, and then, well, what's the pink then? pink axe blade. This is definitely not an axe blade. As you can tell, this battle axe here is pink. So I don't know where that comes from. Let me just get all my battle axes out here. Should have 4 of them. There's the red one. Okay. Oh, that's not it. Let's see. I'm missing a gray one, I think. You know what? It may be on another guitar. Oh, yeah, it is. I've got another guitar upstairs I'm using. So there was a gray one, and it says there's a dark blue, and it says there's a purple one, and then it says the textured is there's a 2.06 millimeter, and there's a 2 millimeter. So I'm guessing the 2.6 one I'm confused. Either way, I've got a pink one here, and it's textured. But it says the point of this was to show you that they said textured. These come with smooth ones and then some textured ones. Okay, that was the whole point behind that. To share with you that point. Now, like I said, these are for precision. Now, if I switch to this big thick one here, I'm not sure if I'll like it or not. So if you want more of a stratty, glassy sound, I would go for the smooth ones. And if you want a little bit more warm, maybe a little bit more mellow sounding, the texture ones are the ones you want. But like I said, if you get a 6-pack, you're going to get all the different varieties here, so you can get one of each. There may be a way to ask for a specific one. I'm sure there is, to ask for one particular one or a particular pick. So, like if I go down here, there's 6 picks, and you can choose your options. Okay, so we're looking at the axe blade, which has, or excuse me, battle axe. Man, I keep forgetting that, dude. Battle axe. We're looking for the battle axe. So if I choose my options, then what happens is there's textured surface. See, now it's showing pink. Okay, so you might be able to see this little texture. See that right there? Versus they're smooth right here. Smooth. Smooth. Textured. See the little stippling there? Alright, so I was right. The textured battle axe is covered in a subtle, gritty texture. This adds more bite and volume in the pick attack while still offering smooth string release. And it is smooth to release the string. So you can choose your what you want here. Okay, there's a 6-pack. You can choose this for your 6-pack. You can choose this for you. So it's a 6-pack model of one particular model. It's not a sample pack of 6. For the sample packs, you probably want the shred package. I think is what it says here. This shred pick, 9 picks, for just $5 more than 6 picks. So you're getting twice as much for just $5 more on this. So you might want to go with that, but you're not going to get any of the acoustic ones where it has the thinner edge if you don't want that. So speaking of that, let's go ahead and go to the axe cut. These are the bigger ones, okay? Big ones right here. And I'm looking at this one, okay? This is the texture one. And once again, I have the same model That is non-textured. Okay, it's slicker. So let's go ahead and look and see what that sounds like. I'm going to switch with an axe blade real quick. With a sharper edge, you're going to get more of an attack. So this is more of a, it still looks sharp, but it's more rounded. Yeah, there's definitely more attack with the axe blade, or the battle axe, excuse me, than the axe cut. Now, if I go, let's strum, so you can see what happens here. I'm going to strum a G chord with the thicker side. Now let's do it with the thinner side, and this is probably a 0.5 or 0.6. You're going to get more of the pick sound with that. Now, if I do this acoustically once again, let's do the thicker sides. And the thin, flimsy side for rhythm. Or that flickier, thumpy sound, right? And this will sound different depending on how thick you've got it. So if I go straight to the blue one, this is like a 3 millimeter and 1 millimeter. You're going to get this. This is a 3 miller. Quite warmer. Okay, then we've got the 1 millimeter. I just switched to the 3. Let's go back to the 1. And that was a little tougher because you're going backwards. You're going backwards. Now, what you could do if you had to do that, probably the best ideal setting would be to be on the. This is kind of hard to say. If you're right-handed, you've got the two edges here. One is down, and the other is pointing where your thumb is. If you want to do this the right way, the way that you don't have to worry about that when you flip over, just go ahead and do it to where you have the second sharp side hanging down and the thinner side hanging this way. It's probably a lot easier to show you with a thinner one. And so, yeah, you have the two thick pieces. Take the second thick piece and use that as your pick. And then that way when you get to the strum, for from the thicker millimeter to the thinner, you have to turn it just once. And you don't have to go backwards. You turn it once to get from the thick side to the thin side. And to get back to the thick side, you go forward again. And then you have another thick side. Okay, so you just have to work out which one sounds better for you. But let's compare the textured axe cut with the thinner axe cut. I mean the non-textured one. Here's the 3 millimeter and the thin millimeter, and that's for the thin one. This is the thicker one here, and this is for the textured and thinner. Now, what would it sound like if I did the actual electric here? Here's the non-textured thick. Thin, textured thick, thin. This is really hard to tell on an electric guitar, I'm realizing. So because these are more for acoustic things. So what I plan on doing maybe is doing like just a acoustic, maybe not even talking about it because I'm talking about most of them here, but just doing like a demo song or fiddle tune or something with the acoustic ones. And do sound comparisons and things like that with no talking. And you can kind of see what's going on. Okay, so that is the axe cut. Now let's go to the axe blade. That's the smaller ones, and with 2 sharp sides and 1 rounded side. Let's get the thinnest one I can find. I think it's going to be the green one here. It's pretty flimsy. Is it the green one or the teal one? Teal is probably my favorite color on this pick selection. If I had my way, I would get teal and get like an axe or a battle axe and just get teal. But this is the thinnest one so far. So let's do the... thick side with the sharper point. You're going to get that attack for the picking stuff. Now these are the same dimensions as the battle axe. Okay, the only difference is they're not consistently the same thickness all the way across. There's one that's a little thinner. So that was the thick one. And it's quite bright because it's a thinner pick and it's a sharper edge. Now here's the thinner one. Let's listen to it acoustically. Here's the thick. And then the thin. Now, like I said, acoustically, you're not going to hear much out of this with an electric guitar. So I apologize that you're not hearing a really good sound from this because of that. But these are great picks to experiment with and to work with. Okay, let's look at these Leap series. Now, here's where you're really going to hear a difference, okay? So you've got a lead one, and you've got a rhythm one, okay? So the lead is the smaller of the two, and they look a little different as far as color. One is kind of like real white, and the other one's kind of like a pale white. This one's the lead, and the one over here on this side is the rhythm. It's the pure white, and this one, the lead, is more of an off-white or pearl white. So here's the rhythm, and let's get for the thinnest side I can find, which is this one. Now, what I'm finding about this is I don't feel like I have to hold the pick very tight. Now, I don't on the other ones anyway, but I can actually leave my hand a little bit looser because these little dips in here kind of like work with your thumb to hold it in place without you having to strum so hard. So that's a cool thing. Okay, here's another tip. And then the harder tip, I think. So let's compare the hardest tip to the thinnest. The hardest. The thinnest. And then we have the lead. Just the same, you know. The thinnest. That's more of a strumming one. And then the thickest here. That one for me is a little easier. It's a sharper point. It looks like they've got 2 dots on them, okay? So the black dot, the solid dot, is going to be the thickest. The white dot is going to be the thinnest. And the frog logo from Bog Street is going to be the meat in between, the middle. So we have thin, thick, and in between. So that's a really cool balance that you have. If one feels too thin, you've got 2 others to choose from. Okay, so that's the Leap series, and I guess they called it because of the frog moniker that they have. And then the last of all is the Mini Beast, which is the smallest of all the picks. Okay, very small pick, and very hard for me to manipulate. All right. Are there anything else in chat? I don't think I've seen anybody else chatting. Make sure I haven't missed any. Okay, not yet. All right. So these Mini Beasts here. To me, I can't use them that small. It just don't work for me. but it's definitely a thick pick, and it's beveled, so it's going to slide off the string really well, and it's also smooth, so it's not textured or anything like that. See, to me, it feels like I've got to have more distance between the string and my finger, and with this pick, you got to really clamp down on there. I ain't done that in a while. I haven't done it like in a while. That's a Paul Gilbert lick. So let me go to a different preset real quick, and we will try these battle axes out, and this mini one out as well. Let me get my standard signature preset that I have available on my Helix part of my store, which you can find by going to ericbeatty.com/Helix presets. Okay, Helix presets. All right, so. Let's see what these sound like. Man, that's an old lick. I haven't done it. I would eventually, you could get used to just about anything. I would probably get used to that, but I still, for me, a pick that small, I've got bad carpal tunnel, and a pick that small really gets my hands numb bad. So let's listen to the battle axe textured versus non-textured. On the initial pick attack, for me now, sounds like there's more aggressiveness and more bite with the non-textured pick. Okay, so that's what I use right now as the battle axe, and like I said, I will probably be checking out the scale sharp fairly soon. Now, let me take the guitar off. That's what they kind of sound like, and like I said, I'll probably do another video soon in the future demonstrating these on acoustic guitars for the more acoustic style picks, so you can get a demonstration of what they sound like. Put this back in here before I forget. All right. Now let's look at real quick the Bog Street website so we can see exactly what they say about some of these picks. Now this is, once again, you can get these from Bog Street, but I recommend you get them from Black Diamond because I've got a special code. Once again, you go to Black Diamond strings.com. I'm a right video thing here. If you go to, like I said, blackdiamondstrings.com/guitar picks and use the promo code 20OFF, that's 20 off, you can get 20% off your order. Now, once again, I'm not exactly sure if that applies to these picks or if it's just for the strings or for whatever it is, but you can try it. It won't hurt you to try it, okay? So, like I said, let's go real quick to the website for the Bog Street. Okay, so they are the ones that kind of started this, and I've got a couple different places here. Is it here? Here, I will look at. I guess we'll start with this one. Okay, so we have an overview of what all these are, right? So it's kind of showing you the different ones. Once again, these just kind of lay these out a little bit more in detail than the Black Diamonds does. I don't know what these are. These are Special Edition Original Axe Cut in Neos. Special Edition Axe Blade Wedge in Neos. Ultim Tack. Axe Cut Heavy. Axe Cut Ultim Tack. Neos. I think Ultim is what they started working with before they switched to Neos or however you pronounce it. Okay, so looks like they didn't have many colors either. So yeah, all these were the same colors. So because they were a particular thing, Ultim Tack was the name of the material, but now they're using something called Neos or Neos. The Leap series is not Neos, it's something else. Oh, here's the scales. Here they are. These are the ones I was talking about. And I'm assuming that they will be available on Black Diamond. I need to actually email them and see if they can get those available, because they do have them showing on their website. Let's just go real quick to both of these and see what the difference is compared to some of these other ones are. So we have the 6.5 millimeter. That is, here's the scales standard. This is 6.5 millimeter. To me, that's too thin. That's good for rhythm and strumming, but for picking, not very. And I don't think I saw that earlier on the picks here. Yeah. See this right here? It wasn't comparing like this is. The Jazz Mini, conventional picks, the Jazz, and the standard. So I would say the Mini Beast is more like the Jazz Mini. And for here, Jazz Standard is more like the Battle Axe, I'd say. It's a little bigger than that. And Standard is more like the Axe Cut, and Scales Sharp, and Scales Standard. So if we go back to these scales, 0.6 millimeter, this is the Standard. It's a 0.6 millimeter. That's very thin for me. And it's the flexible with a rubberized grip. So this grip is actually kind of sticking out. But it is one consistent thickness all the way around. So that's the good thing about that. Let's look at the different pictures here. And I'm not sure if flex is what it's describing, or if that's the material they're calling it, that it's made out of. Okay, so there's that. Let's see. Represents a new experience for players looking for an aggressive grip solution with maximum comfort and non-slip control. Three-sided pick features are composite Neos material, okay, for the picking surface, and a rugged rubberized grip solution featuring our signature scales pattern. I like that. That's very nice. I have to check that out. Now, the scales 1.5, this is definitely probably the one I would go for. I like the white color. It's very nice. 6-pack, 12-pack, 24-pack. This is more my size. This is jazz style, okay. I think this is more my style, the one that I would get. And like I said earlier, if I was looking at the size, Battle Axe is what I'm using, and this is slightly bigger, and I like the slightly bigger. It's more on the long lines of axe cut size, and that's the size I'm used to. So I would probably prefer the scales, depending on if I like that grip or not. I'm really a fan of this like etched grip. So I'd have to try those out and see if this is something I would like. But it looks very appealing, something like I would definitely like to try. And it's made of their Neos material as well. This would be something cool to try, especially for acoustic too. So if I go back to their side here, it's just showing all the different picks. Oh, that's the wild redesign the pick. Okay, same thing. Don't need this anymore. What was the other one here? It's just showing picks, home picks. Okay, I don't know why I had that. Our approach, we can see what Bog Street's approach is. Okay, so it's really cool how they design these. You can watch these, you can read these, for your own benefit, and see why they designed this and what the solution was. Okay, very cool. Shop, home, what does their home look like? To find out more about Bog Street, I guess that's, yeah, the home is the picks page. If I look at the blog, the creator has some very interesting blog posts that I've found. So it looks like they regularly keep these up to date. I'm going to go back and read some of these. So here's one for March, one for February, one for the January. So they're trying to at least release one a month. So really cool. You might want to check that out. I know there's some videos on YouTube of Bog Street picks. If you'll look those up, you'll be able to find out more. But like I said, if you go to blackdiamondstrings.com/guitar picks, then you'll be able to see, once again, you'll be able to use that code 20 off. Tiltus HD says hi. Mick says gotta go. See you later. Thanks for watching, Mick. Thanks everybody for watching. I really appreciate it. Looks like we've had, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now with Tiltus HD. 5 people watching. Appreciate that. Total in the stream. That's good. Make sure to share this video with your friends. If you like it, like that. Click that like button. Click the subscribe button if you're not already a subscriber. That helps me shoot some of these videos out to other people that this might be important too. All right, so that's pretty much, and it looks like, I hope I have not. No, actually, I just changed that. I think you saw this stuff I was talking about. But anyway, what I was saying was, they have videos of Bog Street picks on YouTube, and if you look at that, there's some really good videos by the owner and founder of Bog Street picks. How he talked about what he came up with and the design, what they all different mean. And there's one particular video that I really enjoy of his talking about how to create products, and it's very well laid out. I did a sketch of this in my bullet journal. Actually, I think it was this one. I know it was this one. Let me just find it real quick. There it is. Just past it. There it is. So he did a really cool webinar kind of thing video here on YouTube, and if I can think of it, I'll try to link that to in the description below. So yeah, I did some notes, some copious notes on this. It's kind of like an overview, and then more detail here. Just watching as he was creating this stuff. It's really, really interesting how he did that. So that's all I wanted to say tonight about the Bog Street picks. Like I said, there will be another video for the acoustic side of things. I definitely want to do that because I don't feel like I've gave these picks justice, especially the ones with the thinner side, on how they really sound on rhythm guitars. And they sound a lot better on rhythm guitar than they do electric for that specific purpose. So Tiltus HD has a question mark. We're just talking about Black Diamond Strings guitar picks. Okay, that's what we've been talking about, and kind of demoing those. So you can go back and watch this. Watch it in faster motion if you want to get through it quicker. It's just a little over an hour long now. And just to give you a really quick overview, this is what we've been talking about: the Black Diamond picks by Bog Street. Kind of telling you what they're made of and what they are, the differences in each one is, and things like that. And where you can get those, that was that video that link I just showed you down here, blackdiamondstrings.com/guitar picks. If you use the code 20OFF, you'll get 20% off your order. Okay. All right. So thanks so much, everybody, for watching. I appreciate it, and I hope that you guys have a good night, and that you are doing well, and that everything is. I'm trying to talk while I'm doing my stream stuff here. I'm not sure it's going to work, but anyway, thanks so much for watching, and I appreciate everybody watching tonight. And I think it just changed me just then. Let me go back to this. I totally messed up here. All right. Anyway, see, that's what happens when you try to do this at the end. But we'll see you guys later. Please click that like button and subscribe button and all that good stuff. And until next time, check these guitar picks out. Let me know in some comments below. Would you rather watch a tree grow or a knee? Oh, well, I'm not going to go there. That was a little inappropriate there, Tiltus. So yeah. Anyway, we will see you guys later on the next video. Be looking for the Bog Street picks, or no, the Black Diamond String picks, acoustic review. Okay, so we'll talk to you later. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, take care of each other. Take care of yourself. God bless, and keep creating.